Alan here with Rich Nance, police officer and host of Personal Defense TV. And he's going to give us our self-defense tip today, and we're going to work on some gun disarms. So Rich, take it away.
You know, Alan, there's a lot of good techniques for disarming a pistol. The one I like the best is where you move offline this way and also redirect the muzzle horizontally. That way you move offline twice as fast as if you just moved the gun or just moved your body. It also works if it's up to the head, so it's a pretty universal technique. You always want to get your hands as close to the weapon as possible. And what happens is, as I move offline, I grab the wrist there. Now, if the gun discharges, I'm in a safe direction. I'm going to then grab on top of the slide. And this will probably render the weapon out of battery, and one round may fire if it was chambered, but subsequent rounds will not. I'm going to then bring this gun here. The reason I bring it in tight to my body is you can't reorient it. If I'm out here, you can step around that way, and the muzzle will be facing me. So once I have it here, I have all the leverage I need to turn with my whole body, spin that in your hand there. I can strike you with it. I always want to then create distance, tap the magazine, rack the slide, and then assess the situation. There's a good chance when we're struggling for this, it's going to be rendered out of battery. Now, what if you screw up? Last time I went this way. What if I screw up to go this way? Well, it's the same thing. I grab on top of the slide, pull it into my body, only now, if your finger's in the trigger guard, when I come this way, two things are probably going to happen. Your finger's probably going to go crunch, and the muzzle, or the round may discharge, but it's facing you if it does. Again, I want to separate, tap, rack, and assess. A lot of times people say, well, why don't you grab the barrel as opposed to the wrist? Well, the reason is that if I grab the barrel, you're holding the part of the weapon that's supposed to be grabbed, so you have a better hold on it than I do. That's actually one of the weapon retention techniques we use to rip it out of his hand. But the big reason is this. If you're dealing with a gun with a small barrel, you don't have much to grab onto, and there's a good chance that if you're grabbing there, your hand is going to get shot. So it's always a better idea to grab the wrist. That works regardless of the weapon type. Another thing about grabbing on top is if it's a revolver, you can capture the cylinder, and now the weapon won't fire unless it's in a single action mode. So that's kind of the most universal gun disarm that we like to teach.
So that's your self-defense tip today, and I want to thank Rich Nance for providing that. And if you get a chance, make sure you check out Personal Defense TV, where Rich is the host.
Awesome. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you, Rich.